Georgian Railways don't make a ton of sense. I've already showed you their old Soviet rolling stock, their newish and very strange Chinese trains, but they also have this. New Stadler KISS double-decker trains, used on their most prestigious route from Batumi to Tbilisi, and with a business class cabin that's only available sometimes and basically impossible to book. Join me as we travel through this incredible country on board their incredibly strange railway. Our journey begins from the impressive looking Batumi Central Station, located not very centrally in the city. It's about a 15 to 20 minute bus ride from the city center, depending on the traffic. On a clear day like this, you can see the city center from the station. Anyway, let's head inside the station building. Except this isn't actually the entrance, as it's still under construction. Well, okay then, we'll just try heading around the side of the building. And sure enough, there are some stairs up to the platform here, protected by this good boy. Anyway, let's head up the stairs to the platform, where our train is already coming into view. Walking along the platform, there are a few basic facilities such as benches. But the rest of the station is very much unfinished. There is also an electronic departure board, which is more like a timetable poster, as it just rotates between all the departures and arrivals at the station. And a few moments later, I realized there is actually a station building, but it's actually in the basement of the building, and also under construction. Here you'll find what looks like some form of real estate agent selling apartments, and a few more benches to sit on. Yeah, so overall this feels quite strange. It's about half a year ago since I made this trip, so I hope to have improved it since. Anyway, as we head back up to the platform, let's have a look at the trains themselves. These are Georgian Railways Stadler KISS trains, built by Swiss manufacturer Stadler. And it looks like Unit 12 here might have hit something at some point. The trains were built at Stadler's factory in Belarus, which has now closed, originally for a Russian customer, but later acquired by Georgian Railways. But yeah, I really hope they don't board these Stadler trains from the second platform, because what a gap there is up to the door. One thing I really love about these trains is how well Georgian Railways have incorporated the Georgian flag into its livery. Anyway, these Stadler KISS trains are exclusively used on the Tbilisi to Batumi route, and while they technically can go 160 km per hour, we'll get nowhere near that today. Buying a ticket for Georgian Railways is fairly easy unless you want to sit in business class, but you can actually do this online or using their app. Upon boarding, you will be asked to show your ID as well as the ticket, but once that's done, you can board the train. Boarding can sometimes be quite chaotic, as these trains can fit well over 500 people and you have like 4 staff to check tickets at the door. But anyway, this is first class, and behind this door we will find business class. This comes sometimes in a 2+1 layout, but more on that later. Anyway, here's my seat. And after settling in, we depart Batumi station for a roughly 5-hour journey towards Tbilisi. And there's something about being on a modern train like this, running on slow and old infrastructure like this. Leaving Batumi, we follow the coast for the first bit of our journey. And isn't that a great segue to talking about the route map for today's journey? We are catching train 807, which leaves from Batumi, stopping in Tbilisi, Ureki and Tbilisi airport before running non-stop for over 3 hours to Tbilisi. This is a distance of 341 kilometers covered in 5 hours and 1 minute, giving the train an average speed of 68 kilometers per hour. This part of Georgia is mostly known for its beach resorts. But on the other side of the sea, the Lesser Caucasus Mountains are also visible. Not long after departure, in business class, the crew comes around offering free tea or coffee. And as we cross over the river, we will soon be stopping in Tbilisi, our first intermediate stop. With the actual station building being on the opposite side of my seat,
Ureki.
so I only got to see the carriages parked in the sidings. Getting back up to speed, I wanted to show you the free onboard Wi-Fi. But yeah, it wouldn't really connect, so if you plan on using data on this trip, I recommend getting a local SIM. But yeah, who needs Wi-Fi anyway when there's beautiful scenery out of the window? And the views from a double-decker train like this really are unparalleled, unless you're sitting on the bottom floor, of course. Next up, our train calls at Ureki. This town is also known for its resorts, but unlike the ones in Tbilisi and Batumi, the beaches here are sandy rather than pebbles.
ყურადღება. შემდეგი გაჩერება სადგური ქუთაისის საერთაშორისო აეროპორტი. Dear passengers, the next station will be Kutaisi International Airport.
So as we make our way towards Tbilisi Airport, let's have a look at the excellent seats. These are big armchairs in a leather material that is super comfortable. They're very similar to what's found in premium class on board Leo Express in the Czech Republic, and just like those on there, these are among my favorite seats. They come with a seat warmer, loads of controls both for lumbar support as well as recline and the footrest. The tray table is deployed like this. And that's usually the biggest flaw with these seats, is that this tray table is just not very sturdy. In the panel above your seat, you will find a reading light. There are also window blinds in case you got tired of the sun after your beach holiday in Batumi. And of course, there's also a power point at every seat in business class. And while these seats are among the most comfortable you'll find on a train just about anywhere, your chances of actually sitting here are about 50-50. As of the 4 Stadler KISS trains they have in their fleet, only 2 of them feature business class with these seats, with the 2 other train sets having the regular first class seats behind the curtain. And there's no way to tell which one you're gonna get when booking your ticket, but at least at the moment when editing this video, the odds are slightly higher, as Set 4 collided with a work vehicle a few months ago and is out of use. But this information is only worth something if you can actually book a ticket in business class, which is also complicated. But more on that after we have made our stop at Tbilisi Airport. As the actual airport terminal is about 2 kilometers away, a free minibus shuttle is provided. And with our stop complete, we are now non-stop for the next roughly 3 hours. Okay, so you want to book a business class ticket on board one of Georgian Railways Stadler trains. Well, it's basically a gamble. These seats are not put up for sale when all other tickets go on sale roughly 3 to 4 weeks in advance. My guess is that the business class tickets get held back for important politicians, railway staff and other people who apparently deserve first dibs on them. And then maybe, sometimes maybe, if you get lucky, when they know the seats might go unused, then they will be made available for sale to regular people on the public channels. Usually you have the best shots about a week or less before departure, but it basically all comes down to chance, so good luck. Oh, and if you do manage to find a ticket, the seat map in business class is completely inaccurate. Not that it matters because you don't know if it's gonna be business class that's offered or firstness class. Anyway, I think it's about time we take a look at the train. This is the free onboard catering in business class. Water, tea and coffee was on offer. Business is separated from first with this massive door. There's also this cabinet thing where people put their luggage. So yeah, it's a comfortable, neat little cabin. Continuing out behind the curtain, we will already see another issue with this train, which is that there's simply not enough luggage space on this train. On the lower deck you will find first class, which comes in this 2+2 layout, Here there's also a vending machine. And if we go all the way to the front, you can see the luggage problem really is getting out of hand. I mean, it's almost comical. Between the carriages, you will find the toilet. The door is easily locked using this knob. The toilet was stocked with soap, got working water, and a dryer to dry your hands. So, Georgian Railways, this gets a thumbs up. As we walk over to one of the other carriages, we will find the very crowded second class. At the stairs you'll find a small bookshelf. This is pretty neat. One thing you may have noticed as I walk through the train is the airplanes on the seat cover. Well, that's because these trains were never meant to be in Georgia at all. They were initially ordered by Aero Express, a company running airport express trains in Moscow, that came into financial trouble and couldn't pay for all of the trains they had ordered, so Georgia swooped in and purchased some of them, probably at a good discount. And Georgia is also investing a lot of money into new infrastructure, including lots of new bridges and tunnels in the central part through the Caucasus Mountains. These projects will eventually really speed up journey times between Batumi and Tbilisi. But if you want to enjoy the mountain views, you better go fairly soon before all the new tunnels open. As we eventually clear the mountains, we start to lose the last bit of daylight. I paid 136 lei for my business class ticket, which I managed to book 11 days in advance. This is very expensive both for locals and also compared to first class, which is only a slight downgrade. But it's for sure a very comfortable way to travel. Please be aware that these trains can and do sell out, especially on busy summer days, just like in this video, so book ahead to avoid disappointment. So as we pull into Tbilisi, I have to say I really enjoyed my trip with Georgian Railways. Their new Stadler trains are quiet, comfortable and smooth. So basically, the hard product is good, but it's just those weird ticketing quirks and the quality of the stations that make this whole experience just feel a bit odd and strange. And welcome to Tbilisi platform number 1, where we arrive running 3 minutes behind schedule. So I pass the question off to you. What do you think of Georgia's new Stadler trains? Thank you so much for joining me on this trip. If you want to see more videos like this, make sure you are subscribed to the channel, as I try to post a new one every Sunday. You can also follow me over on Twitter at IntercitySimon. I usually post live from my travels over there, so it's a great place to get a sneak peek at what videos might be coming to the channel in the future. Thanks for watching.